then, welcome back. If you're returning, then thanks very much for coming back. If you're new, then hello and welcome. So this video is going to be a little empties video. I have done plenty of these before. There will be like links and playlists and all that kind of stuff for empties. But what I've been doing lately is doing my empties over on IGTV, just because it's kind of something easy to condense into 10 minutes. But unfortunately I've collected too much stuff to actually squeeze it into 10 minutes, so that's why we're on here today, and that is why there is an empties video for you. So, oh hello. These little cherry bees Molly. Sorry, just came in to say hello there. Hello. She's really spooky. Right. Anyway, as I was saying, I do usually do empties videos over on IGTV. If you want, you can go and follow me over on Instagram. I will put a link somewhere that is the same as my username here. But otherwise, if you like empties, you like to see what I've used up, you like to hear, because sometimes I feel like you need to get through a full product before you really decide whether you like it or not. So if you're into that kind of thing, then keep watching. I've got the biggest mug of tea today. Okay, still stinking here in Scotland. Storm Dennis, still ruling the roost. Grey as anything outside. Anyway, so what will I start with? I've got this little sample here. It's from Dior. It is their Capture Total Dream Skin, and from the blurb inside the little booklet, it kind of says, I'm going to be honest with you, I couldn't quite figure out what it was. It says iconic perfect skin creator, reinforced correction, intensified glow, optimal comfort, wrinkles, pores, spots, redness, dull complexion. And I'm like, you've just listed a bunch of shit, like for what reason? I don't understand. Thanks to age-defying Longonza, which I don't know what Longonza is, and skin-protecting Ophelia, or it doesn't even say Ophelia, it says Ophelia. Skin appears smoother, more matte and luminous. Matte and luminous. So powerful that after 4 weeks, 84% of women find their skin more beautiful and natural looking. I'm going to be honest with you, I only had this little sachet. I used it once and I wasn't that impressed with it. I think the blurb sounds very wishy-washy. I can't say for definite or not, because obviously I don't have it for 4 weeks to judge whether or not, but matte and luminous to me always seems like a very dubious thing for things to say. So I'm going to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't go and investigate this full price. What I will do is I will link everything down below for prices, so if you need to know what the price of products are, it's all going to be in the description box. Sticking with skincare, let's talk about another two really pricey products. I did mention this in my January favourites. This is the Guerlain Abil Royale Double R Renew and Repair Serum. I got 14 sachets in this little trial box, which was a decent size, but it's very expensive, and as I kind of mentioned in my January roundup, not so much January favourites, I would probably have to try it longer to see the results, same as what I'm saying with the Dior one, but for the price of it and just using it over the kind of 14-day period, I didn't feel like I was putting something super duper luxurious on my skin. I hate, you know, like somebody who actually has it and maybe uses it regularly and really enjoys it would disagree with me, but I felt like for the price of this product, if you were to go and buy a full size, it's very expensive, and I kind of would expect to feel like, even when just putting it on the first few times, I would feel it was a luxurious product. I didn't feel that, so it wasn't for me. I won't go and investigate the full size. Did like the oil, however, so I'll link up here my January roundup and you can see what I'm talking about. So we then have the Ormoroviska, I think that's how you say it, the Queen of Hungry Mist. This is quite like in keeping. I forgot that I had this, and then I went to Budapest and I was in Hungary and I thought, oh, that's where this is from, so I picked it out again. There wasn't that much left of it, maybe about this much left, and I used it up. This is like a little mini size you can buy in Space NK. It is in a glass bottle, so can be easily recycled. Just to mention as well, by the way, I will try and recycle any of the plastic products that I have. I think so far I've only showed you paper, but if I have any plastic products here, I will try and put them into proper recycling. Unfortunately, things like this, I've heard a lot of YouTubery, bloggery people and on the Instagram space at the moment speaking about another kind of recycling scheme that you can take things like this are quite difficult. So things that have springs in them, or things that are like lots of different particles. So I might look into that as well, just because I feel like if you're filming videos like this, it's kind of important to kind of talk about that as well, the fact that you should always try and recycle your products, don't just bin them. So this is glass anyway, quite easily recycled. This is also a very expensive product. I bought this because maybe about 2 years ago, I was quite enjoying Jamie Genevieve's vlogs. I don't watch them so much now, but not because I don't like her or anything, I've just stopped watching them, I don't know. Anyway, so I was like totally YouTube made me buy it situation. I heard so many people speaking about this and I thought, oh, I need to give it a go. So I went into Space NK and bought the small size just to see. I have to say, it's nice. It smells very, that spa-like scent. Is it worth paying the hefty price tag for? No, I would say no. I'm not entirely sure what this has to offer that a bottle of Pixie like rose mist, or a Lush like aroma water, or you know, these mists that you have that are just kind of nice humectants to put on before you do your skincare, just to hydrate your skin maybe throughout the day. What this offers more so than any cheaper options. So I wouldn't purchase this again, although if I was bought it, I would be very happy. I did enjoy it, but I wouldn't pay out my own pocket for it. Sorry. Oh, my hair's driving me wild today. I've washed it, and the first day I wash it, it's all with super duper Flyway, and it really needs cut as well. It's getting so long, I need to get it chopped. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to speak about, also included this in my January roundup. This is the Super Bounce Serum from Glossier, which I was more impressed with than I thought it would be. And further investigation, this has hyaluronic acid and B5, I want to say, vitamin B5. Not the cheapest, but not super duper luxurious like skincare either, not super duper pricey, but I did really like this. I would investigate it in future, but at the moment, as I've just said about the kind of other things, I feel like I have cheaper options that I can pick up easier than Glossier, because obviously Glossier is only online. But I did really like this, and I would think about purchasing it again in the future. If it's something you're interested in, like a hyaluronic acid or a hydrating serum, and you're interested in getting something from Glossier and you thought, I've never tried anything from them before, I would like to see what they're all about, then this might be one to pick up. And especially the set this came in, again, spoke about it over on IGTV. If you're following me over there, you'll know what set I'm on about. The set that this came in is about £45, and I think that's pretty reasonable for all the things you get to try in it. So I really enjoyed this and I thought it was really good. Just don't know when I'll pick up another one. I'm then going to talk about this from the Body Shop. This is the Drops of Light Pure Healthy Balancing Eye Cream. It is totally and utterly finished within an inch of its life. I don't think I'll get another use out of it. The reason I kept the box is because I wanted to read the blurb on the back of it. It basically says that it's got red algae in it, infused as a lightweight formula, daily use, visibly awakens and brightens the eye for more even looking skin tone. But the girl in the shop, when she sold this to me, did tell me, like, it's not going to lighten your skin. We are not into that in the Body Shop. It's not part of our ethos, like lightening, bleaching your skin type thing. It's really just more of a healthy, illuminating, brighter effect under your eyes. I'm going to be honest, I didn't like it. I don't hate it. I think it done the job that I needed it to do. It was an eye cream, and basically I just needed it as my last kind of step in my skincare. But what I have to say is I felt it wasn't thick enough. I really like my favourite eye cream is Kiehl's avocado eye cream. It's very kind of thick, and I like to get a good paste and then like dab on under my eyes. I'm 33 now, I'm getting to a decent age where I've got fine lines and wrinkles, so I like to have a really moisturising eye cream around about these areas here. And this was okay, but it was a little wishy-washy and not the cheapest either. I think this was kind of middle range. Again, not super duper, not like expensive as Kiehl's, but it's a 15ml bottle, and if I remember rightly, it wasn't the cheapest, and I wouldn't buy it again. Sorry, so far I'm kind of not buying anything again. Right, next up we have two cleansing balms. Now, for about a year, maybe even longer, I've been saying that I will do a cleansing balm battle video. I done some face mask battle videos a while ago, and I said I'm going to do a cleansing balm one, but I've really just not had the time to like film every single night for a week type thing, or the light's been really terrible because it's been winter. I got myself an extension cable, so I'm able to put my light box in the bathroom. Hopefully there will be a balm cleansing battle video soon for you, but I'm going to talk about these two because they was included in that video. I'll not go into great detail though, because obviously I want you to watch that video. This is the Body Shop Chamomile Balm Cleanser. They call it a cleansing butter rather than a balm cleanser. I want to say this is about £10. You can get it from the outlet place in Livingston for a little bit cheaper, but I think it's about £10. It's kind of got a chamomile florally scent. It's not overly strong. It doesn't come with a cloth, and it does the job. It absolutely does the job. If you're looking for something that's really just like a good balm cleanser to take off makeup, you're not looking at any kind of skincare benefits from it, although obviously being a balm cleanser, it's good for like nice hydration and it melts off your makeup, but there's nothing, it's just as it says on the tin, literally on the tin. Obviously because it's the Body Shop, it is kind of cruelty free, vegan, all that kind of stuff as well, so that's good if that is important to you as well. I would absolutely buy this again, and I have bought it again, and I have had, this will be, the one I've just bought will be my third tin, so I do like it, got to say. And this one here, this is the Radiant Results Nourishing Cleansing Balm. Yes, they do call it a cleansing balm, from number 7. This one I want to say is around about the £12 mark, slightly more expensive. Do you get more in it? Slightly more in this one though. You get 125 in this, and it was 90 in this one, so you know, fair enough, it's like £2 more expensive. This one, I don't, again, there's no strong scent to it. Kind of perfumed, I suppose. I didn't check to see if there was actual fragrance in the product. It does have a scent to it, but this comes with a little muslin cloth, quite a good muslin cloth actually, and this is also the second one of these I have picked up. There's a new one in the bathroom. I have two at the moment. It was just because I wanted to finish that video, and obviously I'd used these ones up, so I needed to purchase them again to make that video. A bit stupid, but I do like them, so I do think this is really good. I think this one slightly more luxurious in the Body Shop. I think they're much of a muchness. I can't really say one is better than the other. I suppose it just depends on what you're looking for. I don't think this one is certified like cruelty free or vegan, and I can't remember who Boots is under. Like if it was the Clinique one I would know. No, it probably isn't. But I can't remember if Boots number 7 is or isn't. I would need to look into that. Next up, I have a little sample that I got from the Body Shop. I will keep this pot. I will just clean it out because it'll be very good for travel. This is the Roots of Strength serum. It was a very good sample size that she gave me. The Roots of Strength range from the Body Shop is catered towards more elderly, that sounds awful, more mature skin. It's catered to people who are looking to try and, you know, make their skin look the best it possibly can while aging gracefully, I suppose. The Body Shop really aren't all about, like, you know, look young as possibly, as long as possible as you can. Does that make sense? Did I even make sense there? Look as young for as long as you possibly can, that's what I was trying to say. They're a bit more like, you know, we know we're all aging, but let's just look after our skin and make it look the best it can while we're all aging, because there's no shame in that. I like that ethos. I like everything behind the Body Shop do. I have to say though, I wasn't overly impressed with the serum. Again, it was a sample size. I would maybe need to get a full size bottle to see how it would work over a longer course of time. But I didn't, like, again, for the price, it's a little bit more expensive than normal high street. And I just was like, it didn't blow my socks off. This sample didn't make me think, I want to go back and pick up that product. So I think that kind of says it all, to be honest with you. But if the good thing again about the Body Shop is, I love the service that when you go in, they're very helpful and they're very like, you know, why don't you take this away and give it a go? Like, we don't want you buying something that you're not going to use. And I think that's really good of them. So unfortunately it wasn't for me, but you know, maybe it would be for other people. Maybe you should just go in and ask for a sample and see what you think of it. I then have the Korres Greek Yogurt. I think I spoke about this in my 2019 skincare favourites. I want to say I did. This is the nighttime one. I did look online. I love the smell of this. I did look online to see if I could pick this up in the UK. I can't seem to. I certainly online can't find it anywhere. There are other nighttime options, like nighttime creams that you can get from Korres online, but not this one, so I was a little bit disappointed. If I'm ever in Greece again, I would definitely pick it up. It is lovely. It's a 48-hour moisturiser. You use it at nighttime. It's really thick. If you like a thick, heavy moisturiser, then I would highly suggest this. I can't say that like if you're more oily skin, but even at night time, I feel at night time, if you wake up in the morning and your skin is oily, then that's not a bad thing, because you're kind of locking all that moisture in, and then you can wash your face in the morning and maybe use something lighter throughout the day. And it smells so good. I love it. I love it. So disappointed that we can't pick it up here in the UK. Alright, we're moving on to some beauty bits now. So the first product is the No. 7 Beautiful Skin BB Cream. This has been around for donkey's years, like ages and ages, and I have used it for ages and ages. They do have a 24-month lifespan though, which is really good. This is basically a BB cream. It's one of these ones. I have the dry to very dry, which nowadays I would think maybe at this time of year I could use, but nowadays I kind of think actually I maybe would go for the more kind of normal to dry, or the step before this. I used to use this one a lot because I was convinced like my skin needed the super duper like moisturizing one, and I wouldn't necessarily need to use a moisturizer, but now I'm much more aware of like my skincare routine, and I put my moisturizer before I put on like a primer, or like the Glossier Future Dew is almost like a serum oil type thing, or I could put on the Kiehl's one, which is also like a kind of hydrating primer. So because I use things like that, then you know this is too, it makes me look oily basically, and I have dry skin, so I knew this was too heavy. So if I was to purchase this again, I would get it in the step before dry to dry, but it's really good. The only downfall to this is it was only an SPF of 15. I did do a video over on IGTV quite recently comparing their new foundation, their all-in-one foundation, which is an SPF of 50, which is really impressive. They also have this, the Hydra Luminous foundation now, which I actually prefer to this. I think this is wonderful, but again, is only an SPF of 15, unfortunately. I wish they'd put an SPF of at least 30 or something on this, because it would be my all year round base if they had. But they're SPF of 15. I mean, you can wear SPF underneath obviously, but just for that kind of other step, I just wish they had a stronger SPF in them. So for that reason, like just thinking about it like logically, would I pick this up again? Probably not, because I'll pick the Hydra Luminous up before I would pick up this again. But if you prefer really lighter coverage, I don't think this is overly light. I think this is probably much the same as the Hydra Luminous, but it doesn't claim to be a foundation. It's a BB cream, and I feel like maybe if you did have really dry skin, or maybe even, you know, maybe you're wanting to buy something for a kind of youth who's in high school still, but you don't want to like hand them a foundation. Do you know what I mean? Like the actual like mental side of that, like you don't want to be giving your 12-year-old daughter foundation or anything like that. So it could be quite nice to even just squeeze a bit in, mix it with a moisturizer and use it then. So just go and give them a look. I love No. 7. I think they're really good. I think their products are highly underrated, and this was really good, and I used it for years. But I don't think, like, not just this tube, like I repurchased it for years, but I think with the new stuff they've got out now, I would probably leave this. I then have a lip liner and a brow gel. I'm going to talk about the brow gel first because it's easy. It's the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It is really good. Again, I think this was probably in my makeup favourites of 2019 because it's a really good dupe for Glossier Boy Brow. It's very good and much more accessible, and you can pick it off the shelves in the shops. So I would absolutely buy this again. I have purchased this again, and I have one currently in my drawer because, as I also mentioned, my boyfriend got me the black Glossier Boy Brow at Christmas, which I can't use. So this is what I've got through my brows today, and I don't have any pencil or anything. This is just this alone, and I really like it, and it's very affordable. I then have this lip liner. This is from Revolution. This is their, oh, there was a name for these. Was it the Renaissance lip liners in the rose gold package? This one is in the shade Untouched. It's like a really deep kind of berry colour. I have to say, obviously I'm saying this is going into an Empties, but unfortunately this has dried out really badly. I didn't get it that long ago, and considering I didn't get it that long ago, I feel like it's dried out much quicker than it should have. I had kind of stored it away in my makeup stash because obviously I have like makeup in this drawer here, but then I have a bigger box where I keep all my makeup, and I pulled it out to wear it as more of a tint. Like I quite like to do this shade lining and then a nice balm over the top just for a stain on the lips. But it was so dry, and even when I tried to draw it in the back of my hands, I was like, Jesus, like this is absolutely dried out. So it's going in the bin, and I wouldn't purchase them again. Lip liners that are really good from like the, hello darling, hello, I hear you. Lip liners that are really good are the Slide On Glide On from NYX, and I have bought a few of them over the years, and not only do they not dry out, they've lasted a really long time as well. And I know they've got the little tub on it saying, but I always feel with pencils you get a bit more use. Once you sharpen them again, they usually come back to life. This, however, no, it did not. Right, we are moving on to hair care now. The first thing I'm going to speak about, I think I spoke about it in a vlog way over in the summer, but this is how long this has been kicking about for, is the Live Colour Booster. So it's meant to be, refreshes colour vibrancy. This is the Pillar Box Red one because I have like, I had balayage, it's all totally grown out now, I really need to go and get my hair done. But I had kind of a copper balayage through my hair, and I thought this might not be too bad, like if I put it through it might just give a little bit of a sheen. This done nothing. It's done absolutely nothing, and it's not a dye. It's supposed to be used as the equivalent to your shampoo. So you're supposed to use this as your shampoo, and it refreshes the colour. And you know, if you had the Pillar Box, if your whole head was that colour, like this does nothing. This does absolutely nothing. So much so that there's maybe another use in that I've not used because it's an absolute waste of time. Do not waste your time with these. Just get yourself a toner or something like that and pop it on the ends of your hair, or pop it all over your head, whatever you're doing with your hair. Just get a toner or a dye. Don't bother with this because it's absolute mince. Then have two of the John Frieda. Now this, basically when I found this shampoo I stocked up on it, like loads of them, because I really liked it. So this is actually the old packaging and this is the new packaging. So it's the John Frieda Luxurious Volume range, and I've actually got a few products from the Luxurious Volume range. I've tried lots from the Luxurious Volume range. The shampoo, the conditioner, the in-shower like 7-day treatment, the spray, the mousse, the other thing that I'm going to talk about. I really like the range, to be honest with you. This is the shampoo and conditioner. I like it. I feel like nowadays I always kind of just go to these because I'm used to them, and I have swapped in other conditioners and shampoos. I use hair essences if I'm just washing my hair to go to work. That's what I've done today because I'll be going to night shift later, so I wasn't that fussed about it. But I use this if I'm like, well, I'm going somewhere. If I've got a wedding to go to, I'm going out for an evening, or if I'm like, no, I'm going to be off for a few days and I'm washing my hair, then I'll wash it with the Volume one, because I do feel like it does a little bit of something to my really fine flyaway hair. And I've bought them for years and I would buy them again, so I do really like them. If you have kind of fine flyaway hair like me, give it a bash because I think they're really good. The other product from that range is the Luxurious Volume Core Restore. I have used, as I said, the 7-day one. So you have this treatment, something or other, it's a similar bottle to this, but I think it's got like a taller squeezy, a bit more of a pump like this here. So there's one like that, and that bottle is, you shampoo your hair, you then put that like treatment on, and then you come out and blow dry your hair as you would, style your hair as you would, and it makes your hair massive. And it's supposed to last 7 days. I wouldn't say it lasts 7 days, but it certainly does give me a bit more volume. This, however, is you wash and like shampoo, condition your hair, you come out the shower, and then you have a couple of pumps of this and you put it through all the kind of roots of your hair and then through the lengths if you feel you need it. I just kind of put it on the crown of my head and the roots. And then you blow dry your hair, and I have to be honest with you, I think this is really, really good. and I feel like that saves the faff of the in-shower thing. So I stopped buying the 7-day one also, which is a little bit more expensive, and started picking this up because I can put this in my hair once I'm out the shower and it's a lot easier. So I have used this today. All I do, like, my hair is poker straight. This is my hair naturally. It doesn't really have any movement to it. It's fine, it's flyaway, and it doesn't really do anything unless I style it with, like, put curls through it or something like that. So I have used this today, and although you're maybe looking at it thinking like, your hair doesn't look that voluminous, I know that I've got very fine flyaway hair. I think if this was used pre a good blow dry, this would do wonders, because me blow drying my own hair, I'm just kind of blasting it dry, then like turning it under a little bit just to give it a bit. If you've got someone who's doing a really good blow dry where they're like right in at the roots and they've got a big barrel brush or something, this would work amazingly, because I have to admit, even though you might not think that my hair looks terribly voluminous, it's better than it would be if I didn't use it. If I don't use this, my hair is like totally plapped to my head, like plapped's like a Scottish word, I don't know, like stuck to your head. I don't know how else to explain it, but it would be totally like bleh, poker straight, whereas this gives me just a little bit more volume, so even on the days where I just have my straight hair, it doesn't look quite as lifeless. So I don't know, make of that what you will. Maybe I should have done it like showed you when I would dry it normally and then showed you after, but I promise you, like, give it a bash. If you think like you want to try something to give you a little bit of volume, give it a go. You'll see what I mean. It just gives something when you're blow drying your hair. It gives you a little bit more volume than normal. So, and finally, it's just a Bedhead TG mini masterpiece hairspray. The only reason this is used up is because I've taken it on holiday. It's one of these hairsprays that is like super duper I want to say early millennium 90s type things. It's a crunchy hairspray, but I only had this to take away with me to travel, and I thought, well, I'll just use it up. So it does leave that slightly, like if you had like curly hair and you sprayed it, it's going to be solid, so it's going to be set. If you done an updo or something, then it's going to keep that updo where it's supposed to be. But what I would do is just like really loosely, like from really far away, spray it on my hair, and then like I would maybe brush my curls out a little bit, and then that way it didn't look quite so crunchy. I wouldn't buy this again. It's just because I wanted to use it up. I suppose it depends on what you're looking for. If you like a high ponytail, like you like pulling your hair up off your face and you want that nice shine on your ponytail, or I don't know, you think you need a bit of shine for like some of your updos or whatever it is, then it will give you lovely shine, but I don't use it for that reason, so I wouldn't pick it up again. And that is everything, thankfully. Now I can bin all that crap. I hope you've enjoyed this. I really like Empties videos. I've said that before. I really like watching Empties videos because I like to see what people have truly, like, would you buy it again or not? I hate seeing a product when people have been like, oh, I've used this for like a week and I love it. Like, do you actually? Especially with skincare stuff. So I really like Empties videos. I hope you have enjoyed this. And my cat's going crazy. I don't know if you can hear her. Molly! She's got this little chicken that's like got catnip inside him, and she talks to them all the time, sorry. Anyway, total tangent. Molly. Alright, so I think someone is probably kind of hungry, so I'm gonna go. I hope to see you all again soon, and please check out, please subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Do whatever you want, follow me if you like, follow me if you don't like, and I'll see you again next time. Bye! You see, bye? Bye? Cheerio.